all the time, and I knew all the words to all the songs.
So again, I mean, you're relating that to a woman who was seriously, but seriously up against it. As anybody knows has read a book or seen the film or whatever. You admire that streak, I think, greatly in people, that ability to continue to get over diversity and just go for it.
I think, you know, as a band, you know, the Spice Girls, I think we've sort of done that, in probably, you know, in a smaller way, but in our own way. You know, we've come up against a lot. Mainly, really, I think, you know, the press have caused our problems. It's not huge problems, but, you know, they've always been digging away. You know, Jerry left the band and everything, which wasn't a big deal. You know, people come and go in bands all the time, but they just blow it all out of proportion, you know, and it just made us stronger, and, you know, we've got over that. So, you know, always triumph in adversity, as they say.
Do you still have any connections with Jerry?
Yeah, you know, we keep in touch. I've not seen her for a long time. Obviously, she's very busy, a successful solo career herself. But, you know, I'm sure we'll bump into each other soon.
What, the motorway cafe or something like that?
Yeah, somewhere really bizarre. It'll be somewhere like, I don't know, Taipei or somewhere really weird, doing some chat show or something.
Right. Let's concentrate on, just if you don't mind, on particularly the UK press. It seems to me, and I've been around long enough to see it come and go a few times, that they build you up and they knock you down. In other countries, they don't adopt that same attitude. Why do you think it's sort of endemic to this country?
I don't know, you know, and I hate talking about it, really, because people are like, oh, God, they're whinging on again. And I'm in such a great position. It's such a small price to pay, you know, to have people... I mean, and in a way, it's flattering people are writing about you, but it just gets frustrating because they write lies, you know, and it's like... is that what the nation really want to read? Do they think we're stupid or something? You know, but they continue to print it. It's very annoying, but, like, as I say, it's a small price to pay for, you know, the being so happy. So many people have got jobs that they hate. I love my job.
Is it really a job, then?
It doesn't feel like a job, but it pays me mortgage.
Just a bit. Just a bit. What's the biggest lie that the press, then, or anybody else has ever told about you?
Oh gosh, I don't want to say it because it just brings it up again, doesn't it? Big lies. I think, you know, the thing about, you know, relationships, it's really funny. You're not allowed to be famous and have a friend who's of the opposite sex, because if they are your friends, you must be sleeping with them. You know what I mean? So that's been a little bit embarrassing sometimes if I've, you know, been seen with, you know, a guy who just happens to be a friend and, you know, they romantically link us. I mean, that's always a bit of a pain. But other than that...
Well, somebody said Robbie Williams the other day, and then somebody else the day after said, oh,
so I was a
the lead singer of Blur.
Well, do you know what I mean?
My daughter said that to me.
Well,
she said, oh, I read the other day she's a lesbian.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, well, I'm not. But even if it was, so what? Whose business is it anyway? Do you know what I mean? So, there'll be many bits.
Oh, baby, when you're gone, I realize I'm in love. The days go on and on, and the nights just seem so long. Even food that tastes that good, dreaming, doing what you should. Oh, things just feel so wrong. Baby, when you're gone. Oh, baby, when you're gone. Yes, baby, when you're gone.
If your solo side does not fare well, what will you do about it? Will you just go, right, that didn't work, cut?
No.
Or will you just keep on?
Yeah, I'll keep soldiering on, I will. You know, I'm really happy with this album. I think it's the best album that I could make at this time in my life. It's my first album, you know, I've got to remember that. I've done 2 albums now with the Spice Girls, so I'm still new to this game, but it's a game that I want to stay in. And so if this one doesn't do too well, I'll keep on, you know, I'll make more music. As long as I'm making music and I think it's good quality and it should be out there, then it will be out there. And luckily enough, you know, like you said, I've got some money, so it's not make or break, really, in that respect. I can go on to make future albums.
Does the writing come easy to you?
It does, yeah, it does. I think, especially because of what's happened over the last 3 years, I have been, you know, and seen an awful lot. So yeah, there was a lot to draw upon.
Do you ever draw upon your childhood?
Yeah, that's definitely a strong theme, I think, in the album. And you know, I think it's a huge part of my personality. I think it affects everybody, doesn't it? You know.
How personal have you ever been? No.
I think this album is very personal and it's a bit scary, but I was a bit worried about it actually. But people who listen to it, they tend to make it relevant to their situation, you know, so people think it's about, they never quite get where I'm coming from, unless they know me really well and they know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. But it's pretty in-depth, this album.
Let's take a track then. You pick out, what is the most personal track?
Well, they vary really. In an autobiographical sense, Northern Star, the title track of the album, is, you know, that's quite personal. But then other ones are about, you know, relationships that have gone a bit wrong or whatever. So, pretty personal stuff.
Now I feel no remorse. My life is back on course. From this little hitch, I have become a super. But don't be afraid about that confession I made. I'm not a. How you're going down. Going down. Going down. Going down.
So you're going to tour? Are you going to do a major tour as a solo artist?
I'd like to in the future, but just for now, I'm doing a bit of a tour. You know, I've got my new bands. We've done a few gigs. We played V99, we've done Radio 1 thing at the weekend. But we go out on the 27th of September. We start at the Liverpool Royal Court, home gig, first time I've ever played Liverpool. So I'm looking forward to that. Then I'm going over to New York. I'm going to play Toronto, Los Angeles, Sydney, Tokyo, a few places across Europe, and then I finish at the London Astoria. So that's exciting.
Good rock venue, that.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen some good bands there, you know, and it's pretty exciting that I'm going to be playing there as well.
How many people in your band?
Oh, let me think. Well, there's 3 girls and 3 boys, that's including me, so there's 6 of us.
They're all solid rockers and...
They're fantastic musicians. In fact, 2 of the guys, the drummer and the guitarist, are from the Spice Girls band.
Right.
So I've nicked them. No, I'm just grabbing them for now. But we get back in December and do like Spice Girls live shows as well.
How many of those will you do?
I think there's 8.
Here, UK?
Yeah,
8?
in the UK. Yeah, and then we might go and do some stuff in Europe and that in the summer when the new album's out.
Mm-hmm. Give us a few clues about the new album.
New album, very exciting actually. We're working with the old favourites, Matt and Biff, who we work with all the time. Also, we've gone back to work with Elliot Kennedy, who we worked with on the first album. And we've got some new collaborations from America actually. We've never collaborated with American writers and producers before. So Rodney Jerkins, who's really hot at the moment, and Darren Lewis. Well, you know the Jennifer Lopez track?
Okay.
And he's done absolutely all kinds. He's just actually finished doing the new Michael Jackson stuff. So he's so talented and so young. I think he's only about 21, 22.
Other people in the same rock fraternity as yourself, do you immediately connect with them because you're in the same game, like gynecologists might, or architects, or whatever? They've all got a common ground to talk about.
I don't know. Who do you mean?
Well, anybody. I'm saying if Joe Perry from Aerosmith walked in here now, sat down, and you were introduced, would you feel at home with him? Would you feel because because you're in the music business, that you have a common ground?
No, do you know, I tell you what I've found, right? I mean, over the years, I've met so many people, you know, with the Spice Girls. We've been dead lucky, and whether it be musicians or actors or whatever. And the thing that I've found, because, you know, I've always been a fan of, you know, a lot of music and stuff, you know, I'm dead drunk, and I get really excited to meet all these celebs. But everyone is the same. Everyone's really nice, really sweet, really down to earth. I've not met anybody who lives up to that, you know, that rock image and, you know, really flippant or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Everyone is just like really down to earth and really nice.
You get on with people. But I get the impression that you always did.
Yeah, I get on with anyone, really. Anything for an easy life.
Anything for an easy conversation and an easy life. This has been an easy conversation. Thank you very much indeed for your time.
Thanks a lot.
Good luck with the album.
Excellent.